Hi, today is April 29th, 2023, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 704 for the year, Constant Thunder. Several mornings ago, to me it seemed, for each thunderclap, the time between was less than it had ever been, but that was only how it seemed, because I thought I had turned the noise machine off when I woke up, but I had actually pressed the thunder button on the noise machine. Oh, fuck me. Thunder Button has to be the title of the next poem, doesn't it? Why am I even asking? Poem number 705, Thunder Button. I like my noise machine very much. I almost always select the white noise button when I am going to sleep. Very occasionally I have tried rain or ocean. Summer night is too noisy, and Brook makes me have to pee. My favorite button to press is the thunder button. My favorite button to press on the noise machine is the thunder button. That setting produces an absurd and unrealistic amount of thunder. Only an idiot like me would think that it was actual thunder. Only an idiot like me would accidentally press the thunder button and then think that there was actually that much thunder going on outside at that moment. But I suppose that is part of who I am, and I suppose that is part of what makes the thunder button so much fun. Poem number 706, The Invention of Emoticons. I was wondering whether the first emoticon was created by accident, like if someone typed something like colon, close parenthesis by accident, and then was like, hey, that looks like a smiley face, or whether somebody was like, hey, I wonder if I could create a smiley face with a typewriter. After doing a full 4 minutes of research, I have decided that nobody knows how emoticons were invented, but there is information about the history of emoticons and related subjects, and I would be happy to relate to you what I have learned. Poem number 707, The History of Emoticons. The Encyclopedia Britannica says that the first confirmed use of an emoticon came from Scott E. Fallman on September 19, 1982, and Wikipedia notes that it occurred in a message that Fallman posted on the Carnegie Mellon University BBS. Because I am old, I know that BBS stands for Bulletin Board System. In his post, Fallman suggested that colon hyphen close parenthesis could indicate humorous posts and that colon hyphen open parenthesis could indicate serious posts. But more than computer keyboard generated emoticons, I wanted to know about typewritten emoticons. And once again, Wikipedia comes through to tell me that in 1648, Robert Herrick wrote, "Tumble me down and I will sit upon my ruins," open parenthesis, smiling yet, colon, close parenthesis. Scholars have debated whether Herrick meant to put the colon in, but I am satisfied. Call me easy to please, but I am satisfied. One more thunder, and then we'll go on to the next poem. Poem number 708. There it is. Poem number 708, To All the Girls. So then I looked up Robert Herrick and learned that he was the poet who came up with Gather Ye Rosebuds While Ye May. And then I learned that the poem that line is the opening line of is called To the Virgins, to Make Much of Time. And then I thought, that's kind of like the title of the first track of Paul's Boutique, To All the Girls. And then I tried to stop thinking. Poem number 709, Cheat a Little. Saturday mornings are often quite busy for me because of none of your fucking business. And this Saturday morning is even busier, also because of none of your fucking business. But because of how busy Saturday mornings can be, I sometimes feel like I cheat a little with the poems. I have a greater tendency to break one poem up into two or more on Saturdays, and I sometimes do that, although I sometimes do that on other days as well. I don't know if I've been particularly heinous with that shit today, but I'm vaguely thinking that the first 4 poems today could have been 2. Maybe even the first 5 could have been 2. And sometimes I think poems about the process almost shouldn't count, like this one. So even though I feel as though I've barely begun, I'm almost done. Not because I decided to cheat a little, but because I decided to cheat a lot. And the last poem of the day is poem number 710, $20 Lighter. It's the longest one, so 3 days and 20 poems ago, way back in number 690, I alluded to a thing that happened that I wasn't sure I wanted to discuss. But then, last night I was speaking with someone whom I had never even met before, or maybe I was talking at her. I did feel as though I couldn't shut up, and at some point I told her this story that I hadn't told anyone, because it is embarrassing. But now that I've told it to a complete stranger, and since this morning seems to be a day where I am catching up on shit I've been meaning to catch up on, I will tell you the story. I'm walking uptown on Broadway, and this guy looks at me and says, "Paul," and I point to myself and I say, "I'm John." And this guy looks vaguely familiar, and I point uptown and I say, "Do I know you from?" And he says, "Yeah." And he asked me how I was, and I said, "Fine." And I asked him how he was, and he said, "Not so good." He told a story about his daughter being transferred to a hospital in Brooklyn, and he had to walk 96 blocks to go and visit her because he had some issue with the bank and his card wasn't working. And I said, "Well, I could swipe you in. The 79th Street 1 train subway entrance was a block away." But he was like, "I actually need to take 3 buses." I must have been very tired, because I walked away from that guy $20 lighter. I told him he could give it back to me next time I see him at that place. You know the place I mean, that place that is none of your fucking business. That place. But almost as soon as I unburdened myself of $20 fucking and burdened him with it, I realized I was almost certainly never going to see that guy again. Yeah, I feel really fucking stupid, but I'm almost over it now. I'm glad I have told you. I felt like I should feel bad about telling that story to someone I had never met before telling you, but now I feel like I should feel better, and I guess I do feel better. Stupid and embarrassed, but better. All right, that's it. We did it in 6.5. I did it in 6.5. So that's not so terrible, but now we're coming up on 6:45, and I'm going to go. I do have shit to do. What shit do I have to do? It's none of your fucking business. Thank you. I appreciate you. But not everything is your business. Maybe most things. I don't know. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you.